Здравствуйте, сейчас буду читать книгу «Доктор Jekyll and Mr. Hyde». Try to tell me, Paul, said Mr. Utterson gently. Something terrible is happening to my master. I can't explain, but please, sir, can you come with me and see for yourself? At once, Mr. Utterson fetched his coat and hat. Thank you, sir, whispered Paul gratefully. Together, they made their way to Dr. Jekyll's house. It was a wild, stormy night. To Mr. Utterson, the street seemed strangely empty and lonely. The square, when they reached it, was full of wine and flying dust. Then the thin trees were blowing wildly, and untidy grey clouds were sailing past a pale, sickly moon. Well, sir, said Paul, here we are, and I hope that nothing is wrong. He knocked softly at the front door. The door was opened just a little, and a voice from inside asked, Is that you, Paul? Yes, open the door. The hall, when they entered, was brightly lit. A good fire was burning. The room was full of people. Every servant in the house was there. They looked like a crowd of frightened children. What's all this? Said the lawyer. What are you doing there? What are you all doing here? Your master would not be pleased. They are frightened, they said simply. No one else spoke. A little servant girl began to cry. Quiet, said Paul sharply, trying to control his own fear. Now fetch me a light and we'll finish this business at once. Mr. Utterson, sir, please follow me. He led the way across the back garden towards the laboratory. Come as quietly as you can, sir. I want you to hear, but I don't want him to hear you. And sir, if he asks you to go inside, don't go. Mr. Utterson's heart gave a little jump of fear, but he bravely followed the servant into the laboratory to the bottom of the stairs. Wait here, sir, and listen carefully, whispered Paul. He himself, again controlling his fear, climbed the stairs and knocked on the study door. Mr. Utterson would like to see you, sir, he called. Tell him I cannot see anyone, said a voice from inside the study. Thank you, sir, said Paul. He led Mr. Utterson back across the garden and into the house. Sir, he said, was that my master's voice? The lawyer's face was pale. It has changed, he said. Changed? You are right, said Paul. I've worked for Dr. Jekyll for 20 years. That was not my master's voice. Someone has murdered my master. 8 days ago, we heard his voice for the last time. Dear God, he cried. Then no more. The voice you heard just now was the voice of his murderer. This is an extraordinary story, my good man, said Mr. Utterson. He tried hard to appear calm. If Dr. Jekyll has been murdered, why is his murderer still there? What reason could he possibly have for staying? Perhaps you don't believe me, sir, but I know what I heard. For a week now, the person or thing is that study has been crying night and day for some special chemical powders. My master was in the habit, when he was particularly busy with his scientific work, of writing orders on pieces of paper and leaving them on the stairs.